Buddy retired,
Yeah.
and a year later, he's on the beach again. And I'm saying, thank God I don't have to ever worry. Knock wood. Here's some knock
Yeah.
wood. I
No.
don't ever have to worry about Tom frigging Brady being
Yeah.
quarterback for the Raiders. Thank you.
No, I copy that. Well, we'll get to that in the show. I got 6:00. You want to roll this thing?
Hell yeah. I'm all taped up and ready.
Okay, let's go.
Because he's not here.
Yeah.
It's game day, baby! Let's go!
Welcome everyone to NFL Nation Live. This is our Week 22 show. It's not really a Pro Bowl show. It's not really a Super Bowl show. Our Super Bowl show will be next week. Doesn't mean we can't chat Super Bowl, but we have a lot of other stuff to get to. A lot of news around the NFL we want to talk about, the ups and downs about that. We also have, as we said last week, this week is our fan appreciation show week. So we're going to give away some prizes. We got some Super Bowl trivia for you. So get your Google ready, and maybe you can help us along through the way. I am Ref Guru along with the legendary pirate Captain Jack. We don't know where Violator is at the moment, but hopefully sooner or later he'll show up. In the meantime, Cap, what's on your mind?
Well, even though it has nothing to do with the show, I can finally say that I got my brand new Ram 2500 truck after 9.5 months of waiting, and it's
awesome.
a beautiful truck. I didn't take pictures yet because it's always like too late when I get home and the sun's going down. It's going to be detailed on Saturday because I got some of the aftermarket stuff they couldn't like wash and rinse and detail. There was the stuff on.
Cool.
But I will take pictures. And awesome. Felicia is in my driveway, baby.
Awesome. Excellent. All right. Well, we'll get all the details on that. We'll also open up the chat. So thanks, everybody, for chiming in there early. We'll get you on the air here in just a second. I'm ready, Cap. I guess you're ready, right?
I'm taped up like the other guy should be, too.
Copy that. Bye-bye, Chiefs. All right, indeed. Welcome, everyone, to NFL Nation Live, our Week 22 show. Chat is open. We'll get to everybody in just a minute. Cap, you got a comment, I think.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I want to say hi to Jason Dean for being in here. Obviously, Raider Demon King. Is it Izel Jacobo? Thank you for being in here as well, and D Menace, and of course the Raider guy, the unknown Raider guy. I want to say thanks to everybody. Remember, you're watching quality here with Ref Guru on NFL Nation Live. And if you're on my channel as well, make sure you also subscribe to NFL Nation Live. You get dual citizen, kind of like being a dual citizen. You can be a dual citizen by making sure you're over here. Yeah, and no smug on this channel, baby. No Alex being smug for Kansas City on this channel. But welcome to everybody.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. So we'll start the trivia here just a little bit. We'll get everybody a chance to get logged in. Cap, we played some football over the weekend, the conference championship games. The 49ers hit the brick wall in Philadelphia. Not surprised about that. The Eagles are pretty good, right? But it's tough to beat anybody with your, 8th string quarterback?
I think it was their 12th string.
Yeah, it was ugly, whatever it was.
But, actually, in his defense, though, and I actually got home late because I had to pick up 13 watches, had to get batteries. 13 watches. So so I have a whole collection of them now. But I walked in and I'm like, why is Johnson at quarterback? Because I already knew that it would be Purdy, and it definitely wasn't Purdy for the Niners because I saw the hit that he took. And when you bust up your UCL, and
Yeah.
give him a lot of props for at least doing everything he could to try. But you just not coming back from. I heard that he's going in for Tommy John surgery. So
Could
if
be.
he's in for Tommy John surgery, he's not even going to be taking any snaps in 2023.
No.
They're going to need him for 2024.
Well, and I thought that after all of that, if there was any chance really, honestly, for Brady playing, it probably would have been in San Francisco. They've got a
Yeah,
defense ready to go. They've got offense ready to go. Yes, it's not maybe the most perfect match because it's not McDaniels, but Shanahan could have blended that with Brady's preferences, but now he's retired.
yeah,
Just so all
it
that chatter is going to calm down, and you have
right.
to think about what the 49ers might have really done because they said, no, we're committed to Trey Lance, who's going to be ready to go. So how do you say we're committed to him and then accidentally bring in, the GOAT, so to speak, to try to do that? So I didn't really think that Brady would go anywhere besides San Francisco or Las Vegas. I honestly really didn't think he would return to Tampa Bay, although I thought he would play maybe one or maybe two more seasons if he thought he could win a Super Bowl. That said, I felt like his best chance for that was San Francisco, but maybe he talked to them and they said, would like to have you, but can't for whatever reasons. And then I think probably at that point, he probably just realized that it wasn't going to happen. Right.
Yeah, and also I firmly believe, and again, this is just me thinking outside the box. I think that he actually called Aaron up, and he said, "Are you playing next year, or what's your situation?" Without going into specifics, because he was not going to play. And I think we might have talked about it on this show as well, that they weren't going to retire both of them the same year because they want to have their audience for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They want to be the headliner, and they're
That's
not
right.
going to both headline if they both retire the same year.
That's right.
So with Brady saying, and he probably really wasn't into it, and he's making sure with Aaron, because I think if Aaron said, "Yeah, I'm out of here," Brady would have came back another year because they don't want to retire at the same time. I firmly believe that.
I totally agree with you. And that field's already getting crowded with J.J. Watt in there, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like that. Even if what you said um, was not what happened, although I still think it could have been. I just also think that with J.J. Watt in there already, first ballot Hall of Famer, I mean, it would have been a heck of a class. Can you imagine Brady going in, J.J. Watt going in, Aaron Rodgers going in, and then whoever else they brought in, either from the seniors committee or whatever? That may have turned out to be one of the better classes they've had, right?
Yeah, and it's like I firmly try to go up to Canton when there's a Raider involved. I would have actually thought about going up to see that if you had a Rodgers, Brady, Watt senior committee guy that was up there. That would have been, that's going to be a hellacious ticket, no matter what. But
absolutely, totally agree with you.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, want to say hi to some folks. Andrew, thanks for joining us. Ed, thanks for joining us. Matt, thanks for joining us. Diminis, thanks for joining us. Kevin, thanks for joining us. We got enough people in here. Cap, what do you say we do our first trivia question? Now, here's how trivia is going to work tonight. I'm going to try to keep this from going sideways, and here's why. As you can see, Violator hasn't been able to join us yet. He may have technical difficulties, may have fallen down the stairs. Who knows? I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying that something could have happened. I don't think it's an issue, but in any case, for whatever reason, he's not here yet. Was one of the key points in us being able to make the deliverables for tonight. So when we do the trivia, just bear with me because we want to make sure that we get the folks with the correct question, with the correct answer, and that we get everybody taken care of. We'll try to give away as much stuff as we can. You can win more than once. If you win more than once and you want to defer your prize, you can do that. We'll ask another question and then we'll move that prize to somebody else. Also, keep in mind that you can put your answer into the chat. Hey Matt, We understand that internet speeds can be slow. So if we feel like we get a tie, Cap will help me watch the answers. If we feel like we get a tie, we may call two winners for the same prize because we have more than one T-shirt, obviously. So just bear with us. We'll try to be real. We'll try to be fair. Nobody's going to intentionally try to rob you out of a coffee mug or whatever we're going to try to give away. So just be patient with us. That said, we still want to make some comments about things that are going on. We want to get to the Raiders. Yeah, those are our. That's our this season's coffee mug. Show them the back side. What's on the back? Oh yeah, that's got our short logo and all of our stars and cars, if you will. Yeah, me, Rev, Cap, motorsports.com. In any case, our first trivia question is, drum roll please. And most of these, okay, Ed, good to know. Mugs and T-shirts are great. Cool, good to know. That said, get your Google ready. Most of these are Super Bowl centric. Some of them are harder than others, but that's because the prize is better. But for the first prize, who was the MVP for Super Bowl 11?
Oh, I know
Go.
that.
I know you do. All right. Cap, Cincinnati went into Kansas City and had to play the Bungles. We didn't quite get to do the Carlton this week. I'm thinking we're going to be able to do it after next week. We did the Carlton this week anyway because I think the Chiefs are in big trouble. But the Bengals, man, they had some trouble. Desert Raider.
Yep.
Freddie B.
Desert Raider. Yeah, Desert Raider is first one in. So Desert Raider gets the what was it?
Well, we haven't actually picked a prize yet. So, but I don't think Desert Raiders won a T-shirt. So Desert Raider, if you want a T-shirt, we'll give that to you.
Yeah, I was going to say it. I'm putting down as I got a scratch piece of paper, so it's an old receipt, so I will put as much as I can on here.
All right, we'll get you a T-shirt.
Desert Raider T-shirt, dude. Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right,
well, we need to know your slide.
Right. So here's the scoop, guys. Here's the other. Oh, hey, man. So here's another. If you win a prize, I'll put it in the chat. NFLNationLive at Gmail. If you win a prize, send us your shipping information to, I think I spelled it right, NFLNationLive at gmail.com. Can't get any easier than that. Send your shipping information to NFLNationLive at gmail.com. I will forward whatever prizes Violator is handling over to him so he can ship those out, and the other ones I'll take care of that I'm shipping out. Cap, if there's something that you want to give away, we can do that too. And then maybe you can handle a shipment of 2 or whatever if you got any patches or something you want to ship out.
Yeah, if we got patches, and I'm not sure how many patches I gave to Violator, but I think we probably got some patches available.
I think he's got 1 or 2, so we'll figure it out.
I'll say this.
What is that? Is that a knit cap? Oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's sweet.
These I haven't even. Wow. I haven't even. I think I one of these were not even given away. Yeah, the guy who did my stuff for my show, I gave him one of these for his audiovisual skills. There's only one out there, so this would be the one out there. So it's a knit cap by handmade. So you need to hand wash.
That's pretty awesome.
It's awesome. It's I know the ladies that do this, and this is the real knit cap with the patch on it, just because I had available. So hey, don't say I never gave away anything.
That's right. That's pretty cool. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Cincinnati going into Kansas City, and I'm not sure who won that or who lost that. There was a lot of Twitter chatter about the officiating in that game. The Twitter would make you believe there were a lot of controversial calls. I think there was one, and I can explain that one if you want.
Was it the wet ref whistle 1 year too late?
Yeah, Well, yeah, basically. Let me see if I have something. Oh, hang on. Let me show this. Can you all see that?
Yep.
All right. Ed says the refs won the game. I don't doubt that. If you saw the intro, you can appreciate the graphic I had in there. I didn't do it. Somebody else did it of Mahomes and Torbert exchanging jerseys. So I thought that was kind of funny. All right. Guys, I'm going to close the chat here for just a second. We're not going to have a trivia question while we're going over this replay. So don't worry about that. After this, we'll do another trivia because again, it is fan appreciation show night, so we want to do that. We don't want to bore the crap out of you though with a bunch of stuff because we know you're here to talk football. We want to do that as well. But since we have kind of a slow week because of the whatever they're going to do this weekend, which isn't even football, we decided.
You calling me slow?
No, I'm calling the Pro Bowl slow.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
no.
No, you're all good. And Cap, we'll give you a chance before we go to the break to talk about your truck a little bit too. But so there was a controversial play, and on that play, the officials shut the play down allegedly. And I think this if you see the ref in the circle there at the top of your screen by the 50-yard line, up by the numbers, they shut the play down. Now, anytime a play is shut down, that play never happened. It doesn't matter how far into that play something happens. The problem is, again, although the officials got it right, the Bengals were livid, and the Bengals should have been livid. And here's why: if this is not a preseason game. This is the freaking conference championship game. There's no excuse for this type of a play when you have an official who is allegedly blowing the whistle. He's almost out by the numbers. That's a long freaking way for your side judge to be out onto the field. And you're telling me none of the other 6 officials are stopping this play? That's wrong. You can't have an official all the way out onto the numbers, blowing his whistle, trying to stop a play. And then your excuse is, oh, well, nobody heard the whistle. Whose fault's that? Everybody on that crew is at fault. The referee, everybody. And I can't believe the referee, who is probably watching the quarterback in this particular part of the shot because that's his primary key, he still has this side judge out by the 50, and nobody is helping that side judge shut this play down. I absolutely guarantee you the back judge sees that guy out there. And even if the back judge says, I never saw him, how is it that on this side of the field, which is the TV side, okay, the home team side, you're telling me the line judge down there, I know he's watching the player coming out there on about the 32-yard line, but there's 6 other officials. Nobody saw that official out there and help him shut the play down. The Bengals absolutely should be livid. Absolutely should be livid. The Chiefs got another play out of that, and I realized they got the field goal because of the shove on Mahomes out of bounds. I'm not going to argue the call on that, but this play is, aside from maybe the blow job from last year, this is absolutely one of the most egregious things I've ever seen in a conference championship game, that the other officials didn't help this guy shut this play down. Absolutely incredible. If I were vice president of officiating, I guarantee you every single one of those officials better not want a call from me on Tuesday morning, because that's just, I can't say I would have fired him because he probably can't do that with the union, but somebody said would have rolled over that. Somebody, I don't know who, but there's would have been bad karma to be played on that. Was just crazy. I'm just telling you, I was livid that his other mates, 6 other, now keep in mind, in their defense, if you look at this is a still shot, but you can see there's a play going on here. There's officials engaged in watching their players and their keys from that standpoint. But I still can't believe that there wasn't enough situational awareness by other 6 officials that they didn't see that coming. So,
hey, ref, I can ask now, the guy that's standing on the 35-yard line, that's an official too, right?
On the home team side down there at the bottom,
on the bottom side, 35-yard line, you would think that official, I'm thinking it's an official.
That's the line judge. That's the line judge.
Right. He has eyesight, even if he has his keys, where, like you said, there should be at least another whistle out there. He should have blown his whistle because, or blown if that's the proper.
blown
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
yeah,
And I totally
like,
agree with you, Cap. He's
yeah,
probably the one who is most likely able to see that. But I got to tell you this, the fields do curve a little bit. There's a little bit of a dome effect to the field. So that line judge, although that field looks flat, if that field is not flat, probably what that line judge down there sees is that official from the waist up. And it may be hard from juxtaposition to be able to see that he's all the way out at the numbers. But even that, there's no excuse for the line judge opposite him on the other side of the field at the 35, which is actually the down judge, not seeing his side judge out at the numbers. Absolutely no excuse for that. And honestly, with this going on, there's not that much for the back judge to be watching either. He's watching the back judge, probably watching the two players across the 50 and at the 45. The field judge has the two players at the 48, and the side judge probably was watching the two players at the Chiefs side of the 45. But either way, they're still inexcusable. I don't blame the Bengals for being mad, but the Bengals need to be mad about the correct thing. Not that the officials got it wrong in their explanation. The explanation was the play was dead. That's true. It's unfortunate because it gave the Chiefs a lot of opportunity to figure out what they were going to do. But the bigger issue is that nobody else saw it and shut it down earlier than that. That's just wrong. So yeah, I just want to point that out.
I was going to say, I can honestly say that I was doing my show at that point, and I had the volume down, so I couldn't hear what was going on. But I saw it was 3rd and 6, and it was 4th and 9, and then they punted. They actually punted, right? And then I'm like, then I see like Zach Taylor beside himself, livid, because I look at the screen and it says it's 3rd and 6 again, and I'm like, yeah. What the hell happened? And I had to have people come in and tell me what happened. And Hefe, you be nice, Hefe. I said, I see you on my channel, so you be nice, Hefe. But I saw that, and again, if the last year's was the blowjob, this is the blowjob. Duh.
Yeah, it was pretty ugly. The Raider 07, they effed up the clock also. That very well could be. I didn't catch that part, but that may very well be. It was either the play clock or the game clock. I'm not sure which one he's referring to from that standpoint. After a timeout, even after that whistle after timeout, they would have had to actually roll the clock because the clock would have been running at the time that the play was. So they would have had to wind the clock. They would have had to reset and wind. If the clock had already been stopped, then it would have been a reset to 25. So Ed says I need to pay the refs full time. I totally agree with you. Absolutely totally agree with you. Since Tommy Boy retired, refs new boy is Mahomes. Yeah, probably so. Or Rodgers.
Yeah, or he's Rodgers. Been that boy.
Yeah, I'm going to open the chat back up. Well, anyway, I didn't want to bore you guys too much with that, but I know there was a lot of chatter on Twitter about the Bengals getting screwed. I'm not disappointed by that if it's the case because of last year's game against the Raiders. So they probably what goes around comes around kind of thing. But at the same time, it wasn't as bad as everybody said. It was bad for some of the reasons they said. It was also bad for some of the reasons that weren't said, and that was one of the big ones. Was that yes, they had to redo the play because they stopped it, and the problem was not that the play was allowed to go on until they decided to stop it, but they didn't stop it sooner because that official out there that screenshot's the only one I have. That official's out there at the 50 way before that play starts. So you got to understand that even though that screenshot looks like he's out in the middle of the field during a play, he was out there before the start of the play and then stayed there during the start of the play to try to get everybody's attention. And if you keep rolling the tape, you'll see him back up to get out of the way because he doesn't want to get killed out there if something comes his way. Ref, does Goodell have final word on fixing the referee situation? The short answer is yes. There's some complications for that. let me say there's some nuances with that, because intertwined in the in Goodell's authority is the referees association, the competition committee, and the rest of the owners who want to play their game the way they want to play their game. But the commissioner obviously has a lot of control over that, and probably most specifically the control over who runs the officiating department. And I think that needs a major overhaul. Raiders 07, referee Ron Torbert ruled that the play should be nullified because of a timekeeping mistake on the preceding second down play, an incomplete pass. The Chiefs were awarded another third down play. Um, regardless of why the Chiefs got to play over, it never should have happened. The refs should have gotten it. Maybe there was a timekeeping mistake on second down, maybe so. And if that's the reason why they were going, the side judge was coming out there to stop the play, that's fine. But my argument is that all the other officials or somebody else should have helped them shut that play down way sooner. It looks, again, on my screenshot, it's a little late. My screenshot shows the official out by the 50-yard line, basically in the middle of a moving play. He was out there way before that. I just didn't have a screenshot of it. But he was out there way before that, and there should have been other officials to help shut it down. So whatever happened. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right. In addition to that, hey, how's it goes? Woo. Okay. In addition to that, Cap, the Bengals played pretty well, all things considered. But I think the Chiefs were just a little bit ticked off about all the trash talk prior.
Yeah. And I tell you, one of the Chiefs fans made mention of it to me that it was redemption for last year when the Bengals went into Kansas City, and it was one of the Chiefs players that was talking smack about the Bengals, and they had their bulletin board material and they waxed them with it. So it was kind of like a tit for tat on that one. And and they said, well, you go do Burrowhead. And if you remember right, it shouldn't have been Burrowhead, because Burrow only won there one time. The other two times
was in Kansas City.
That the Bengals beat Kansas City, it was in Cincinnati. So Burrow only won the one time, which was last year. So even saying it was Burrowhead is still.
Well, I agree with you on that front, but I still think all the trash talking, from whatever reasons it happened, probably didn't help the situation. But the Chiefs played pretty. I mean, it was a 3-point win, and a win's a win. But they're going to the Super Bowl with a bunch of beat up people. Says they could fix it, but the powers that be liked in the games are fixed. Yep, probably so. All right, you ready for another trivia question?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Who is the referee for Super Bowl 57?
I don't know.
Oh, we told you last week.
Wait. That's right. I remember. I'm going to put it in the chat, see if I remember.
All right. Who's the referee for Super Bowl?
I might have his name spelled wrong, though.
I think that's right.
Okay.
Yep, that's right.
Not quite, Ed.
You're close, Ed. Put an F in it. NFL script to change my mind. I'm not going to, Sebastian. I'm not going to try to change your mind.
Raiders 007 got it.
Yeah, Raiders 07. All right, Raiders 07.
That's Matt. That's other Matt. But yeah, I got you, Raiders 007.
All right. Yeah, so it is Carl Sheffers. You were close, Ed.
Hey, Wood.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hey, Hollywood. Raiders 07. You have a choice. Put it in the chat of an NFL Nation Live T-shirt or a Violator T-shirt.
Ooh.
Let us know what you want. Refgu, I replayed third down. That's cheating on fourth, but NFL wants to be quiet.
Yeah, Matt, which one do you want? Do you want the NFL Nation Live T-shirt, or do you want the Violator T-shirt?
And what size? And make sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
you want the
Okay. He wants a Violator T-shirt. Okay. I don't blame you. So remember the rules are, um, send your shipping information, and in your case, T-shirt size, to NFLNationLive@gmail.com so that we can get your stuff out to you. Most Raider fans have realized the fix was in a long time ago. Yeah, like 1972. That's what I think.
from the
Right?
Immaculate D.
Yeah, pretty much the Immaculate Reception. Yep.
Nah. Get it right. Get it right.
I said deception.
Yeah.
Immaculate Deception. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had this dream that ESPN was interviewing Franco Harris on a Tuesday before he passed. The Tuesday before he passed, like on Wednesday or Thursday, before you were going into the Saturday ceremony. And he told the ESPN commentator, "I'll tell you on Saturday whether or not I caught it."
Ooh.
And then I was like, "Oh man." He passed away. I was like,
Did you ever see that when like Frenchie Fuqua always says that, you know, I'm gonna come have a come to Jesus meeting if you guys are faithful. I'm sorry if I offended you, but I'm gonna come, and then he goes at the end of the day, and then he gets a phone call. He's like, yeah, I was advised by my lawyer not to do this.
yeah, he doesn't know. He probably doesn't do his own taxes either, so probably isn't good with numbers. Anyway, hey Anna. All right. So hang in there, Anna. We're going to chat just a little bit more about the conference championship games, and we'll give away another prize. Okay. All right. So Chiefs got it done at home. They're going to be wearing white jerseys for the Super Bowl. You know, Cap, they're 0-1 in those white jerseys.
Yep.
They lost Super Bowl 1 to Green Bay in white. They won Super Bowl 4 wearing red. They won 54 wearing red. They lost in red in 55 because even though the Bucs were the quote home team, Bucs wore white, surprisingly enough. But okay, anyway. All right, let's see. Trivia. Dun, da, da, da. Oh, this is a good one. Everybody ready? Soon to be 0-2. Yeah, I hope so. That's why we did the Carlton at the beginning. If you didn't see the beginning of the show, watch the beginning of the show. Super chat 10 US or way too.
Hey, thanks, Murph. Murph gave me $10 as a tip. Thank you, sir. And always make sure that you are over there at Raiders Fan Radio when you're not watching quality stuff on my channel, because Murph and all of the rest of the crew, because you got Michelle over there, you got I'm showing my age because I keep forgetting everybody's name, but it's Murph and crew, and I'm sorry, man, I do forget everybody's name. Great shows over there on Raiders Fan Radio. Make sure you're over there. They're on Wednesday nights as well. That's why they got that big following. Thank you, sir, for that $10 donation.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome. And thanks for joining us on this show. Okay. Cap, you ready for another trivia?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is a good one. How many Super Bowls was Tom Flores in?
Ooh, I know that. I think I know that one too.
How many Super Bowls was Tom Flores in?
Now, I want to make sure when you say, because I'm going to do this in the chat. So I don't want to give away. Okay.
It doesn't matter what he did.
Okay. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. Ed's got it with 4. Sebastian's in with 4. All right. Raiders Fan Radio said 5. Hollywood Raiders in with 4. Okay. Now that they know the answer, Cap, we got a 3-way tie. Ed was in with 4. So let me get Ed's got a winner.
Ed and Sebastian and
Hollywood.
Yep. Ed, Sebastian.
And Sebastian Gonzalez.
And Sebastian G, and then Hollywood. Okay.
Ed's already in. He wants an NFL Live T-shirt 4XL.
Okay, NFL Live. I'll put that down. But NFL Live 4X.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ed. And the answer is 4 because Tom Flores was Len Dawson's backup in Super Bowl 4. He was
Thank
the
you.
Raiders' assistant coach in Super Bowl
Yep.
11
Yep.
and head coach for the Raiders in Super Bowls 15 and 18. So
Yeah.
he was a participant in 4 Super Bowls. A lot of people forget that he was Len Dawson's backup.
Now I'm gonna throw something at you, and I'm gonna ask because this might screw up your prize. But wasn't he a GM for the Seahawks when they went to their first one?
No, I don't think so. He was GM way back in the 80s.
I just wanted to make because I was thinking that he had a Seahawk tie too.
Well, he did. He was GM with the Seahawks, but they didn't go to Super Bowl while he was there.
Okay, that's it. See, I was trying to hook
I-
people up.
Yeah, I don't think Seattle even went to the Super Bowl until Super Bowl 40.
What
Right?
does Hollywood want? He wants an NFL Live 3X. Okay.
Yeah. NFL.
Okay.
What did we get a size?
Yeah, 3X for Wood, 4X for
Okay.
Ed. Sebastian, what do you want?
Sebastian, you can get an NFL Nation Live T-shirt. You can get a Moto Sports cap. You can get some Violator stickers. You can have an NFL Nation Live coffee mug. You can get a Violator patch.
Yeah, those are nice.
You can get a copy. You can get Sebastian. You can get a copy of Wayne's book called The Walk.
Yep. I got that to show too. And it'll probably be autographed too.
Raiders Fan Radio says I was thinking the AFL Championship for 5. He was but we said Super Bowls, so an AFL Championship. That's not a Super Bowl. Even the AFL World Championships, whatever they call them, was considered Super Bowls 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm not saying Raiders Fan Radio is wrong, but I don't think an AFL Championship counts as what we were considering a modern era Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, because that was a league championship game, not the championship of the championships.
Well, before they had the Super Bowl, he's saying that.
Right, well,
but I don't know. But the Raiders were not in a AFL championship until '67 when LaMonica got there, right?
Right, and actually, what they call Super Bowl 1 and 2 was not Super Bowl. It was the AFL NFL championship game.
Right. So we got him for that one. Unless he was with Kansas City in '66. I don't know when he left, but no, he was in Buffalo. He went to Buffalo because Al traded Tom to Buffalo as part of it with LaMonica.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying 5's not right, but it got me scratching my head now. I don't think it's 5. Yeah, Ed says you guys are reaching, probably maybe a little bit. Did we get an answer on Sebastian for what?
Yeah, Sebastian wants the Violator book.
All right.
I got you, Sebastian. Oh, wait, Sebastian. Oh, I thought it was the book. Do you want the T-shirt or the book? Because I see 2 answers. I see a Violator 2XL and copy of Violator book. Let me know which one you want. If it's the book or the T-shirt.
Yeah, I see the walk in there. I'd go with the book, man. That's a really cool book. Wayne's going to sign it for you. So that's really cool.
Oh, he wants the shirt.
Okay. Oh, okay. Is that which shirt? NFL Nation Live? Cap.
He wants Violator. He wants the Violator shirt because he said Violator 2XL. Violator 2X. I got it. Okay.
Okay. Now make sure, folks. 2XL. Got it.
Yep.
Make sure, folks, that even though we're asking for what you want in sizes, that you're still sending us your shipping information to NFLNationLive@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Because I have to get all this information to Wayne, so he can ship this stuff out to you.
Yeah.
So NFLNationLive@gmail.com, name, address, shipping number. We've got what your prize is, so we'll get that to you. All right. Okay.
By the way,
The next.
this is like a 40-ish. So put that near the end. I said this is gonna be a
Okay.
cool thingy.
All right. So the next item up is coming from my side. This is a NFL Nation.
Awesome.
This is an NFL Nation Live Steel Creations mug. Okay,
Mhm.
it's black as a NFL Nation Live logo on this side. It's black with the football field stripe around the top and the bottom, and on the back it says Raider Nation. This is steel, solid, good quality stuff from Steel Creations. You can actually order this mug and our other mugs, the Violator mug and my mug. On steelcreations.com. Beverly, tell them we sent you. You can order those on your own if you want your own money. But this question's harder. So, but the prize is worth it. So here's the question. Okay, you ready? How many Super Bowls has the state of Florida hosted? Okay, the whole state. Everybody. How many Super Bowls has the state of Florida hosted? Now, obviously, Miami has hosted quite a few.
Actually, a couple sites in Miami because you had the Orange Bowl site along with the site that they are presently. Then you have Tampa, which has hosted several.
Right.
And Jacksonville has even hosted one. Too.
Exactly. So that's why we didn't say where or what stadium name, because those have all changed. But the state of Florida hasn't changed, and the cities that have hosted those hasn't changed. So how many? Desert Raider says he knows. Put it in there. How many Super Bowls has the state of Florida hosted? Okay, all cities combined. You're close, Gabe.
Ooh.
All right. Cool. Yes, I know we're talking some football, but so Cap, we're going to go to break here in a minute after this trivia. Hollywood Raider in with 17. That is correct.
Wood.
Hollywood Raider. Okay. Hollywood. If you haven't already, send your shipping information because let me get you down for a mug.
That's a mug. Hey, Wood, trust me, man, that is freaking awesome. I'm running out of ink here, but I got Hollywood for a mug, and then a 3X NFL Nation Live. So he's cleaning up tonight, literally.
He is, yeah, 17. And so yeah, Hollywood, you'll love that mug. Yeah. So and Ed Winchell also wins a mug tonight, and I'll tell you why. Because I went back from our very first show. He was the first guy who followed us on our show. Way back. So as a fan appreciation night, Ed, you already win a mug.
Hey, see,
I meant 17, but my keyboard messed up. That's okay, Ed, because you won a mug anyway. So yeah, we'll get you your mug, Ed.
Ed Winchell with a mug. Let me write that.
Now, keep in mind, guys, these are custom made. I order these. You can order them yourself, but these are custom made. These are each one made to order. Okay, Ed, I'll get you one out. But so these will come to you, and everyone that has won one, Cap can attest to this. Beverly gets them shipped out, but they take a little time. They take a little time because they are custom made, but they're worth it. You'll love these things. Steel Creations does a great job with these. So just hang in there.
I'll put that down. Matt, I'll put it down to see if he can, if that's the prize, because we're going to let him know anyway. If he has any Moto Sports or Violator patches, I will let him know. Yeah.
What is he asking for?
He said he got a Violator shirt last time, but so he wanted to see if he can get a Violator patch.
Who?
I don't know if he has any though.
Oh, I think he's got some patches. Who's asking?
Was it Matt Raider 007? We'll find out.
Oh.
Yeah, we got you, Matt. I got you listed.
Keep in mind, if I don't have your shipping information, two things happen. I can't
No,
contact
for
you
you.
back. I can't. Yeah, I can't send your stuff. But also, if I have a question, I can't contact you. So make sure you're sending us your information so that I can get to you. All right. All right. So we got mugs going out. All right. Fire. Sebastian says fire mug ref guru.
Oh, it's sharp. It's sharp, Sebastian.
Oh, thank you. Okay. It took me a minute to catch on to what you said. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, those are really cool. Actually, the other ones, the white ones that have the NFL Nation Live logo and either Violators picture or my picture, these are still the same thing. Still Steel Creations mug. Still same quality. It's just white. We did this other one because the majority of our folks are Raider fans, and I wanted something for Fan Appreciation Night. I sent samples of these to Cap and to V so that they could test them out and make sure that they could come on the show and back me up by saying it's good stuff. So they're expensive, but
I got mine off camera. If you want me to get mine to like do like a little bit more of a quick. I mean, I can get it.
Yeah,
real
go
quick.
for it.
Be on camera for a second. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And then, but all I ask is your patience because they are custom made, so they take a little bit of time. But she's really good. And if you want to buy them on your own, you're welcome to. I think they're about $50 each. They're 35 plus shipping. Shipping $7 or $8. But it's good. You can order from steelcreations.com. You can find her information when we run credits tonight. You'll see the moto.sports.com logo where you can order stuff from Wayne's site, or you can order stuff from Steel Creations, supporting our local businesses and those folks that help support our show. All right. Cap disappeared on me, but that's okay.
I'm here.
Right. Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you. Okay.
See, I still even got it in the bubble wrap too.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
She does a good.
I wanted to keep it so well.
Oh, Ed says he's got a white one. Okay, well then you'll love the black one, Ed, because it makes a nice set.
Yeah, I said here's a little bit closer to the camera. You got the NFL Nation Live thing here, and then the Raider Nation there. And then you got like the football field, and I have this like the what is it? This here, so you can put it down, so it won't move anywhere.
Yeah, it comes with the rubber base. If you want to put that on there, I don't have them on these, but you can certainly put that on there. Anyway, they're pretty cool. Next year, we're going to be adding the Captain Jack version of this mug to the lineup. So we'll have the Ref Guru run, we'll have the Violator one, we'll have the Raider Nation one, and we'll have the Captain Jack one. And yeah, it'll start making nice sets for you guys that are winning these on the show. But thanks, Ed, for letting me know that you like the white one. You'll like the black one as well. And I'll get those ordered tomorrow. Okay, Cap, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about your truck. And then we'll talk a little bit about Raider stuff, because I know it's on everybody's mind. After the Brady announcement, let's talk some Raider stuff. We'll do a few more trivia, and then we'll get the hell out of here. What do you say? We'll be right back after the break, guys.
Great.
All right, everybody, welcome back to NFL Nation Live, our Week 22 show. Nothing going on this much week except Fan Appreciation Week. And thanks, everybody, for being with us through thick and thin. These shows don't always go like I'd like them to, but we try to keep it moving.
Hey, if you're still here, hit up in the chat so we can see who's actually here.
Yeah.
And if you're not here, shame on you, obviously.
Well, they probably left because we're boring. Plus, it's also 9:49 Eastern time, so I get that.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so let's see. We did the Florida trivia. Let's do another one.
Anna's here. Cool. Thank you, Anna.
Okay.
Sebastian's still here. Good. Good.
This will be for a moto sports.com cap
Okay.
hat or hat. And the question is, counting Super Bowl 57, which is the one they're going to play next week, how many Super Bowls has Arizona hosted?
Mm.
There you go. So, Cap, tell us about your new truck, man.
So while we're waiting, and again, this is a bunch of love here. April last year, I ordered a Ram 2500 truck, and no, it's way more than that, guys, for the three. And it took 4 months to make, and it's beautiful. It was made to my specifications, and it took 4 months to make, but unfortunately, it took 5.5 months to get here.
Gabe's
And
got it.
Gabe's got it.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I got Gabe down for a Moto Sports cap, and I got Gabe. Make sure that again you send your information to NFL Nation Live.
Yeah, Gabe. So moto.sports.com or moto-sports hat. Then the answer is 4. Yeah, Arizona has hosted 4 Super Bowls.
Well, yeah, Gabe kind of covered everything there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You're gonna hit it eventually if you just keep throwing numbers out there.
Yeah.
So Anna says you finally got your truck. The
I
answer is
finally got my truck, and I will take pictures of it Saturday because it's always been like too late when I come home to do it, and I can't really do it in the parking lot of where I work because people don't like to have pictures on base.
So again, it's a Chevy.
No, it's a Ram.
Oh, a Dodge. I'm sorry. Yeah,
500.
I got a fever, so I'm not thinking straight. Okay, so it's a Dodge. Half ton.
No, it's a Ram. It's a Ram. See, there's a difference. It's not even a Dodge.
Yes. Okay, it's a Ram half ton.
2,500, which is
okay,
more. I think it's more than that.
That's a 3/4 ton.
Yeah,
Okay,
3/4 ton. Yeah.
All right. Is it leather?
No, because I live in Florida.
Mm.
So I made sure that all the mistakes that you always learn from your vehicles, I said, I do not want a sunroof because in Florida, when you get the sunroof, the stripping around the area gets baked and eventually it cracks. And then you get a sunroof that has water coming into your vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No sunroof. I did not want leather because, again, I live in Florida. And eventually, even on my 150 that I had, eventually the leather goes and it cracks and it I still have my Lariat 150. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to get a new paint job for it. There's a lot of money I've been throwing out for these vehicles recently. But I will have pictures. Felicia, JC, and people who know me will know why that is significant to me. But yeah, Felicia JC is finally home, sitting in my driveway. I wrote it into work today. It only has like 80 miles on it, and I won't even go above like 50. I think the highest speed I've hit was 52, and people are just passing me on. They're honking at me and all the other things, but I'm breaking it in.
Is it Kansas City Chiefs red or what color is it?
No, it's granite. Come on, man. It is a charcoal granite metallic, and it is tits awesome.
So it's Tampa Bay Buccaneers pewter is what you're saying. I'm just messing with you. That's awesome.
Physically sick.
That's awesome.
Yes, is laughing. I'm going to hurl in a minute. Yeah.
Congratulations. I know you've been waiting a long time for that.
Yes, I can't wait. And I'll show pictures of it. I'll put it up on Instagram and Facebook, and everybody that knows what the story is with Felicia can tag people as they want. Just saying.
All right. So let's have another trivia, and then we'll talk Raiders. This is for a set of let's see. You have your choices of what do I have left here? You can get some Violator air fresheners for your car.
Yeah.
He sent me one. They're actually pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you can get Violator air fresheners, or you can get a copy of Amy Trask's book, You Negotiate Like a Girl, or we have one more copy of Wayne's book called The Walk.
Hang on, I got it up here somewhere.
Amy's book?
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
I got my Raiders shelf. People who know me, as I said, I got things available.
Yeah, so Amy Trask's book is not autographed. We'll get you a copy of Amy Trask's book. You can get an autographed copy of Wayne's book called The Walk. Pretty good read. You got to read that. You can have a set Violator air fresheners, which are also pretty good. The trivia question is, who was the MVP of Super Bowl VII?
Oh, I know that. I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit it up in the chat.
Everybody's like, mass Google. No, that's Super Bowl V.
Ah, okay. Oh, Super Bowl VII. I remember that one too. Okay, now I know which one it is. It was.
Nope, close. The other one.
Yeah. Okay.
The other side.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Raiders 07 got it.
Yep. Jake
I
Scott.
had the other guy.
Yeah, Dick Anderson. Well, that's not a bad guess. All right, so Raiders 07 already has a Violator T-shirt. Raiders 07, you want a copy of Wayne's book, or what would you like? It's a Stabler. I wish it had been Stabler. That's his go-to answer for everything. It's not a bad answer, actually.
Yeah.
That'll win you.
That's the perfect season Super Bowl. And if your Premium would have made the kick, it would have been 17-0, and instead it was 14-7.
Yep.
But yeah, Raiders 07 already got it. Sorry, guys.
What does he? What do you want? Raiders 07.
Raiders 07. What do you want for the prizes? You want the Violator? Was it
book?
Car fresheners, the Amy Trask book, or what else was there, Ref?
The Violators copy of his book.
Okay, copy of Violator's book, a copy of Amy Trask's book, or the Violator set of air fresheners. That's to Raiders 07.
Okay. While we're waiting on that answer, okay, Cap. Tom Brady retired. What's next?
Oh,
we got Violator book. I have one, but not autographed. Oh.
Okay, so yeah, okay, we'll go auto Violator book. Okay, that'll happen.
Yeah.
And you want us to make it out to? Hey, Matt, I'll tell him to make it out to Matt. Okay, because I know who you are.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, I'll have him make it out to Matt. Gabe, don't even go there. Don't even go there, brother. Although it might happen.
Is he talking about Baker Mayfield?
Yeah.
Or what? Yeah. All right. So a lot of people. There's been a lot of chat. Cap. Let's just get to it. Brady retired. There was a lot of speculation about what he might do, could do, what the Raiders might do, could do, all that other stuff. He's gone out of the picture now. Raiders have benched their Pro Bowl, if you can even call it that, because I don't think the Pro Bowl is even worth mentioning anymore. But let's give it what it is. They're still calling it that.
Before we go there, like I said, God forbid. And I'm not gonna say. Let's say somebody plays in the Pro Bowl that shall remain nameless, and they suffer an injury. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah. Vincent says Aaron Rodgers bought a house in Las Vegas. I mean,
yeah, but a bunch of people have houses in Las Vegas.
No, I get that, but it's not like he. I mean, if he did go there, he'd have a place to stay, right?
Yeah.
But so So Brady's out of the picture. Okay,
Yeah.
San Francisco apparently is going to stand pat with their quarterback situation, and it's not a bad one actually. They seem to be sold on Trey Lance. I'm not, but they seem to be. They Garoppolo now is probably trade bait because Brock Purdy is going to come back, and he played well, so he can solidify his spot now at number 2. So the question now is where does Garoppolo go? He's got some experience with Josh McDaniels. There's some chatter about Jacoby Brissett, which I think is a horrible decision, not because he's not a good quarterback, just not a good fit for us. I'm not that sold on Garoppolo either, but I don't know if Rodgers. I don't know what Rodgers' options are really. I don't think he wants to go to New York. I don't think he's going to fit the system for New York. If the Jets want to make a splash, they want to sell tickets, they want to try to make a run at a division title with a very, very competitive division already, maybe. But Rodgers probably, if he leaves Green Bay, goes to the AFC, right? History has shown us that they're probably not going to deal him to somebody in the NFC. That said, who in the AFC needs quarterback?
Well, Gabe has good thoughts, although I don't know what the you got Jimmy G going to the Texans, which I can see.
I could too, because of his relationship with the new head coach, right?
Yeah,
so to speak.
And like Derek Carr to the Colts. If Derek wants to screw us, or if the Colts want to screw us, I could see that. If the Colts want to screw us and they make a trade for Derek Carr prior to the trade deadline being March 15th, and then they rescind it because of what McDaniels did, that would be the Indy's way to screw over the Raiders, and I can see that.
I think Derek Carr is going to Carolina, honestly.
Well, I was seeing I saw things with Derek Carr to Tampa Bay. I can see that. Derek Carr to Carolina, I can see that. I can see him definitely going to the NFC South because they all need quarterbacks. But I think
I'm thinking about the
Carolina are the top two choices.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the head coach and the system that those head coaches are going to run. The OC for Tampa Bay is out. Why am I spacing on his name?
Leftwich, yeah, they can.
Yeah, he's out. So they're going to come in with a new OC. We could wait to see who that's going to be. But I don't think Derek Carr is a Todd Bowles fit, quite frankly.
Oh, he'd cry.
Huh?
He'd cry.
I don't know if he'll go to Tampa Bay. I think if he goes to NFC South, he's going to Carolina, maybe Atlanta. I don't think he's a Dennis Allen fit either, quite frankly.
But remember, Dennis Allen was the coach that drafted him, technically.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a connection there, I guess. I think Jimmy G to the Texans, is that what somebody said? That was actually pretty interesting when you think about it.
Yeah.
And the Texans need all kinds of help. The problem with Garoppolo is that I think he's a solid quarterback in a Derek Carr-esque kind of way, but he's walking into the very similar situation that Derek Carr left, and that's a team that's in a lot of shambles on offense, quite frankly. The defense is okay. I think they'll fix that. But the division's clearly swinging south towards Jacksonville and Houston, so to speak. I think the Titans are getting old, and the Colts don't know what they're doing. I think if Bisaccia somehow becomes coach of the Colts, I think Derek Carr goes to Indianapolis.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I don't know if Indianapolis will bite on Bisaccia. I think they could, but I don't think they will. But, then you have places like Denver, Cap, that bit on Sean Payton. So you have teams out there that understand that a high-profile coach can make a difference. So you were on Wild Wild West show earlier today. What was going on there with the chatter with regards to Payton going to Denver and or any downstream impacts that people thought might have in part of that might impact the Raiders, because there's a lot of Twitter chatter that the Raiders are moving towards the cellar now, but between head coach and quarterback situations, it doesn't look good from a lot of people in Raider Nation right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, according to the wonderful show Wild Wild West, which I was on earlier today, my
Mhm.
Denver
Good point, Gabe.
cohort crime, Richie Riche, stated that Denver got their third choice at head coach. You're like, whoa, third choice at head coach? Because, yes, hear me out. They really wanted Jim Harbaugh, and that would have been a good fit. But Harbaugh basically leveraged Denver. Okay, they leveraged Denver in order to get a raise at Michigan, and actually Jim Harbaugh has done that a couple different times, where he's leveraged other teams
Yeah.
in order to either stay with Michigan or get a raise at Michigan. So this is at least the second, if
Yeah.
not third time that he's done that. So Harbaugh was the first choice, and they didn't get him. Their second choice was D'Amico Ryans, but D'Amico really wanted to go back to his home, and that was, well, I'd say his home, as in like that was the first team that he played for, which was the Texans. So he went back, and I think that he will be a very good coach for the Texans. And I think that in a couple years, when D'Amico gets his fire and vigor, he's kind of like he has the fire of Michael Singletary, but he doesn't have the brashness and I don't want to say ignorance, but the arrogance of Mike Singletary. He's got the
Yeah.
brash, he's got the fire. I think that the Texans will be really good with him in a couple years, bringing that team up. So their third choice, and the reason why it was the third choice was because Denver has mortgaged their house, their lawn, their pool, their motorhome, their airplane
Yeah.
for Russell Wilson, and they really didn't have anything left to mortgage, so they mortgaged their ex-wife's house and their third wife's house and their what is it? There's a name for an Italian chick that's like the extra, like the cabit. In Tagalog, it's cabit. It's like your extra honey on the side. They mortgaged her house too, in order to get Sean Payton, because they didn't have a lot of collateral, so they
Yeah.
had to do things. So the Saints got that, and people were surprised, and I actually agree with this, is that um, if Peyton would have waited one more year, he could have gone anywhere, and it wouldn't have been any sort of compensation going back to New Orleans. But I guess
Right.
he wanted to coach, and
Yeah, and I think if he had waited one more year, it probably would have been Dallas. But
yeah,
Peyton to Denver is just, it seems odd to me. Denver's, the smaller market, and I understand Sean Payton's probably not ego driven from that standpoint, because New Orleans is very similar from that standpoint, I guess, in the NFC. But um, they got a lot of work to do there. But I think that they'll be formidable. So the Raiders are going to have to make sure that they get their act together. Gabe says, I also don't think Denver would give up that much draft capital for third choice. He says it's zeroed in on Peyton the whole time, which Gabe also says is what Adam Schefter said. He says he believes that over other reports, including Ian Rappaport, that there was, all this Denver wanted this person, decided to go after that person kind of thing. Hard to say.
I mean, to be honest, I don't. And Gabe, it's quite possible that Schefter had it right the whole time. But to be honest, I don't care,
Yeah.
and I wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention. I'm just reporting.
Yeah.
What
No, I
I
get
heard
that.
from the source.
No, I get that. Yeah. And we are too. That's all we can do from that standpoint. Okay, so we'll have one more trivia question here in just a minute before we call it a night. But so going forward, there was some comments in the chat, Cap, about let's focus on Raiders and what they're going to do going forward. Let's start with the draft. Where do you think the Raiders draft is going to go? Do you think it's
I
going to be
think
C.J. Stroud or what?
no, and again, I could be wrong. I have been wrong before, but I really believe that if the Raiders want to win, especially in this division which is quarterback centric and heavy, okay, you don't get a quarterback with the number 7 pick. You don't even trade up to the number 3 pick, okay?
Okay.
You get whatever collateral you have, because somebody's going to drop and he's going to be there at 7th. The somebody is to be determined. There's going to be somebody who drops to 7 that somebody else wants. And if it's not us, and I say hopefully it's a defensive player, because I want defense, right? If somebody drops,
Yeah.
and if somebody else wants, let's say Levis drops to 7, or let's say for some unknown reason that Stroud drops, or somebody wants to overpay for Anthony Richardson, and they want to trade up for that point. I say take the trade, get that first round back from the other person. That guy obviously has to be somebody that actually has a first round pick this year. Get the first round pick this year. Get some more picks because you need to rebuild your defense. And yes, I honestly say that there are the problem. There aren't a lot of no. See, I disagree, Gabe. There are quarterbacks that are second and third round grades that are going to be there, and you get a quarterback in the second and third round that you can build with. And there you go. And that's the one guy I was looking at. Hendon Hooker is somebody that I think would be a very good quarterback. Also, the kid from Stanford, who is cerebral. You're going to need somebody that can know the system. I think that the kid from Stanford definitely has the smarts. If Hooker has the smarts, you're going to need a quarterback that can know this system, okay? And that's why I'm saying if you're going to play for McDaniels, you better be able to be smart. And I'm just saying that I don't know if any of the quarterbacks that are those first round quality that you think for the arm and legs or whatever, I don't think anybody's going to be that smart to do McDaniels' system. I know that there was a quarterback that was drafted at 199 that did rather well because he was rather smart.
Yeah. Ed says all three will be taken before 7. I don't disagree with that. I agree with his point that we may not get lucky. I agree with what you said, Cap, if it works out that way. You know that teams can jump on stuff that we were looking at, and you're like, oh, crap, there goes our plan for that. So I don't know if they're all gone by 7, but I do appreciate Ed's point in saying essentially that other folks may be making moves for whatever reasons even before we could. So I agree with you, Cap, that we could get somebody later, but the question is, will they be there? Just assuming a team doesn't need a quarterback doesn't mean they won't snatch something, because you just never know, right? Some teams thought, I think it was Dallas one year, thought they were going to get a player, and a team picked a player right before they did, and they didn't think that player was on anybody's radar. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, are you talking about the kid that played for Michigan State that was the Dallas's pick, and he ended up picking a guy by the name of Dak Prescott?
I don't remember when it was. It was when Tom Landry was there, so it was a while back.
A long time ago.
I'm not saying it also hasn't happened since then, but there was a famous one, and I'm sorry I've got ref's amnesia on it. But there was a rather famous one that the Cowboys missed on, that somebody else snatched, and I don't remember who it was, but. Ed's got a point. McDaniels is an idiot. It's hard to figure out idiot things. Well, I don't know if he is or he isn't. But I think we're going to find out. If he is, we're going to find out. If he's not, we're going to find that out as well, from that standpoint. Okay, Cap, you want one more trivia before we call tonight?
Sure.
All right. Here's our final trivia for the night. And don't forget, we'll still have one more show next week. Our season finale, our week 23 show, our Super Bowl show. So you can go back next week for one more week. All right. Here's a good one. What was the first Super Bowl not played in California, Florida, or Louisiana? Where was the first Super Bowl that was not played either in California, Florida, or Louisiana? Nope. You got to go south and west. No, Miami's in Florida. Nope, Arizona didn't get one until way later. First Super Bowl not played in California, Florida, or Louisiana.
Oh.
First Super Bowl not played in. Nope, you're close. You're in the correct state. South. Yep.
By the way, folks, he's talking to me as I'm in private chat, giving the answer.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Cap was we were doing a little geography. New Orleans is in Louisiana. So the first Super Bowl not played, yeah, Ed's got it, Texas.
But where, Ed?
Well, yeah, but I said Florida. That's okay. That's actually technically correct because I didn't say what city.
Okay.
I just said what state was not
Yeah,
Florida Cal. So it was
Yeah, Ed Winchell gets it.
Yep. So Super Bowl 8 was played at Rice Stadium in Houston, Texas. The Astrodome. I don't think the Astrodome was there yet, or was it? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
So the Astrodome was like late 60s, right?
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's like
it was
67.
played at Rice. Super Bowl 8 was played at Rice Stadium in Houston. Yep. All right. So Ed, what do we got for you? What do we got for you, Ed? You want a Violator patch? You want a copy of Amy Trask's book? Wayne said he had some Modelo Corona memorabilia, but I don't know what that is. So I hate to offer it up because I don't know what you're getting. He's not here tonight to go on. So, let's see.
Yeah, Ed, you're
yeah.
good.
You said yeah. No, we got you, Ed. Yeah, you said Texas. So you win. So I don't know what. So Jay, give me so Ed. I don't know. You've got a couple NFL Nation Live T-shirts. You want a Violator T-shirt? He's got some pretty cool shirts.
Yeah, the Raider Tedosis, man.
Yeah, you want a Raider Tedosis shirt?
I'll get one of those. Wait, I got that.
Those are cool, man.
Here it is. Okay.
Jay's beanie. Oh, he wants your hat, Cap.
Oh, okay.
He wants your beanie hat.
Ed gets this.
That's cool, man. I like that. I want one of those myself.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Okay, so Ed gets a beanie.
All right.
And he gets my beanie. All right, and Ed, just send me. I got your address somewhere, Ed. Just give me.
I can send it to you. Yeah. If he sends it to me tonight again, Cap, I can get it to you. Well, Ed cleaned up pretty good tonight.
Yeah, see, that's the Raider Tedosis shirt. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, the beanie is pretty cool. Those are nice, Cap. You did a good job with that.
Yeah, I can't take credit for that other than just the ladies. I said, hey, I want some of these, and trust me, they were expensive.
Yeah, nothing's cheap anymore. So anyway, Gabe says Stanford kid could potentially start halfway through the year, but you need a vet who can start the first half season for the Stanford kid to learn from. Jimmy G, maybe. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid from that standpoint. Okay. Well, as Ed said last week, we pretty well cleaned the closet out, and we'll get everybody taken care of. Remember, if you want a prize tonight, send us your shipping information. If you haven't already, NFLNationLive@gmail.com. We'll get your stuff out to you. Be patient. It takes a little bit to get it out there, but we'll get it to you. So thanks, everybody.
Okay, I'm going to go over the winners, and if I'm wrong, let me know, okay? Ed Winchell gets a Captain Jack beanie. Matt, a.k.a. Raiders07, gets a autographed Violator book. Gabe gets a Moto Sports cap. Ed Winchell gets the mug, which is like the one that this one that we showed up there.
The Raider Nation mug, yeah.
Raider Nation mug. Desert Raider got a T-shirt, but it's an NFL Nation Live T-shirt. I need to know. We need to make sure that what your size is, Desert Raider. Okay. Raiders 07 also, aka Mac, is getting a Violator patch. Okay. Ed Winchell is getting an NFL Nation Live 4X. Sebastian is getting a Violator shirt 2X, and Hollywood is getting an NFL Nation Live 3X, and Hollywood is also getting the mug, the black mug.
Yep.
And that's all the prizes that I had tonight.
That's what we got. Yep. Yeah, we probably could have given away a few more if Wayne had been here. I would have been able to clarify exactly some of the other stuff that he said he had, but unfortunately, he wasn't with us tonight. So I hope he's okay. In any case, we'll be back next week. And for our Super Bowl preview show, I know we didn't spend a lot of time on that tonight, but I wanted to spend some time with the fans because we appreciate you guys being here. What does the Moto Sports cap look like? That's a good question. I don't
It's on
have
the website. It's Moto. It's MODO Sports.
I'll put it in the chat for you. Moto dash.
Hey, Avatar, how you doing, brother? Good to see you over here, brother.
Moto-sports.com. I think you can see the hat on his website. Don't drink and drive the Super Bowl weekend. Oh man, that takes all the fun out of it. How about just the drinking part? We'll leave the driving to somebody else.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this week's show. It wasn't football heavy, but we did want to say thank you to the fans. We do appreciate you being with us every week. We tried to show that a little bit. We are self-funded, so we appreciate the fact that we don't have, thousands of stuff to give away, but we did the best we could with what we had. Thank you for being patient. We'll see you next week. Our season finale, our Super Bowl preview show. We'll get in a little more details on that. We got a quarterback situation. We got a tight end situation. Got some other news coming out of Philadelphia. So Sebastian's already in with Eagles to beat the Chiefs. Can't argue that 10 days away from the Super Bowl with the way that they're playing right now. I think they're angry. I think the Chiefs are a little too full of themselves at the moment, and I'm just concerned that Andy Reid might get out coached. Not when he's playing the Raiders, but when he's playing the Eagles. There's a little bit of a storyline there too. But all right, everybody. Cap, thanks for being with us this week. Thanks for helping carry the show. Appreciate it. Thanks everyone for being here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it because I can't end the show without me screaming at people.
Copy that. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next week. How about this?